Sometimes the people we trust the most are the ones we should fear. In a city like Chicago,
Facts.
you can't trust anyone. Just because a girl has a pretty face doesn't mean there's not a demon living within her. In today's video, we'll be breaking down 3
What is on her face? No. What is on her face? You telling me you tatted the middle of your face with what is that? It look like an eye, but with feathers. What is that? And you would be the one. You just look like the lunatic.
3 wild stories of women that betrayed the trust of the men in their lives and set them up to be killed. But before we get into the video, please be sure to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Our first story covers a woman named Eupora Jackson. Eupora was from Chicago, Illinois, more specifically the Englewood neighborhood. She was a shady character and would steal from people. One day, she stole from the wrong person. Eupora stole a gun from a man, and once the man found out, he wanted repayment. Eupora would eventually come up with an evil plan to pay off her debt. While living a double life, Eupora was dating a man named Eric Hamilton. She knew that Eric kept a decent amount of marijuana in his apartment, and she knew it was enough to repay her debt. She contacted the man she owed money to, and they came up with a plan. On July 26, 2019, Eupora and Eric returned to his apartment around 4 a.m. after attending a party with friends. Once they got inside the apartment, Eupora opened up a window and texted the man she owed money the address and instructions on how to find the marijuana in the back room. When the man entered the apartment, he confronted Eric in the bedroom and shot him multiple times, including in the forehead. Eupora heard Eric still making noises after he had been shot, so she grabbed a pillow and covered his face with it. She then stole the marijuana with her accomplice and fled the scene. At some point after the murder, she posted to her Facebook account that she was selling a 9mm handgun. The weapon that killed Eric was a 9mm handgun. Her behavior led police to suspect her, and she was eventually arrested. Eupora confessed.
Because you owe somebody something. You go backdoor somebody. Bro, that's like you still lost at the end of the day.
Everything to the police, and she was charged with first-degree murder. She was ultimately sentenced to 25 years in prison. A debt from an unnecessary situation that a woman brought upon herself was enough for her to arrange the cold-blooded murder of her boyfriend.
Wait, hold up. So you telling me you did some stupid stuff? You owed some money, but so you go kill your boyfriend. Why didn't you just you had to tell him straight up? But why you just tell him that he needed some money or something? Like why you had to go take his life though? You're weird. She's even weirder for having this tattoo on her face. Freak.
They were preteens who shared a friendship into adulthood. Tonight, one of them is accused of brutally murdering the other in Naperville, then dumping his body in Chicago. CBS 2's Chelsea Irving walks us through the investigation.
A boy and a girl in middle school, forming a friendship that would last more than a decade. But prosecutors say that girl, now 21-year-old Cassandra Green of Rockford, would grow up to kill her friend.
Our next story involves an evil mother that convinced her son's girlfriend to backdoor her childhood friend. One day, in January of 2018, a woman named Cassandra Green was scrolling through social media when she saw an old childhood friend had made posts showing off money and drugs. The old friend that she saw was a man named Michael Almendarez. Cassandra was sitting next to her boyfriend named Ernest Collins and his mother named Candace Jones. Cassandra showed both of them the post. The mother, Candace's eyes lit up as soon as she saw the post as she realized she had a valuable target on her hands. She became fixated on robbing him for everything he had. Candace talked the couple into it, then sent them to rob Michael's apartment on 4 different occasions, but they failed each time. Frustrated with the failure, she gave her son Ernest a gun and devised a new plan to try to rob Michael again and shoot him.
So you telling me ain't no way you was that serious that you had to attempt 5
when he
times?
got in their car. Since Michael and Cassandra were childhood friends, they all knew that she could easily convince him to link up with her, and that's exactly what she did. On January 14th, 2018, at around 9:11 p.m., Michael received a message from Cassandra arranging for her to come pick him up in her car. Shortly after receiving the message, Cassandra arrived at Michael's apartment and he hopped into her vehicle. Cassandra then drove around for 5 minutes when the boyfriend, Ernest, emerged from hiding in the back of the car and shot Michael twice in the back of the head. The couple then traveled to the mother Candace's house in Chicago. There, they came up with a plan to hide the body. They placed Michael's body in a garbage can and then put the garbage can in Candace's garage. They later moved the garbage can to the garage of the vacant house next to her home. The following day, Ernest and Cassandra took Michael's keys and robbed his apartment. On January 14, 2018, Naperville police officers responded to a call on Whispering Hills Drive regarding a missing Naperville resident. After receiving this call, they launched an investigation into Michael's disappearance. His body wouldn't be discovered until several months later after police probed reports they received of a foul smell coming from a vacant home. After a short investigation, all 3 defendants were identified and apprehended. Candace was taken into custody on February 6, 2019 in Chicago, while Ernest and Cassandra were taken into custody on February 4, 2019 in Rockford. Ernest was ultimately sentenced to 70 years in prison for murder and an additional 28 years for armed robbery. Candace received a 40-year sentence for murder and 21 years for armed robbery. Both will serve their time in the Illinois Department of Corrections. Cassandra got the least time of them all. She received a 21-year sentence after agreeing to plead guilty to 1 count of armed robbery with a firearm in exchange for her cooperation. A couple thousand in drug money was enough for a woman to arrange the murder of her childhood.
You know what I'm saying? A couple thousand, bro. Bro could just put you on. But you would rather just rob him. That's what I'm saying, though. Y'all folk would rather just rob instead of getting put on. What the freak? Y'all that lazy? Y'all tell me y'all that lazy that you don't want to make your own money. Come on,
friend and a mother to convince her son to kill.
bro. Like I can't
The last story involves a woman that taunted her baby daddy's ops, then leaked his address on social media to intentionally get him killed. In March of 2024, a woman going by the name Marlene Romero on Facebook made a shocking post on her account. She posted, "My baby daddy got the weakest ops. He just keeps coming home alive and untouched. And he snitch on half of y'all, and he rob half of y'all. Anyways, he is not located on 4250 North Kimball. I repeat, he is not." Marlene clearly had bad blood with her baby father, a man named Bernardo Romero. It's rumored that she stabbed him in the past, leading to an arrest. Shortly after Marlene leaked his location, Bernardo's ops would come after him. On March 17, 2024, Bernardo was on his front porch when 2 masked men on foot confronted him and pulled out their guns. They shot him 5 times in the chest. The shooters then fled the scene on foot and drove away in a white SUV. At the time of making this video, no arrests have been made, and the police have not officially linked Marlene's Facebook post to the murder. Chicago is truly a grimy city. It seems like backdoor activity is at an all-time high. RIP to Eric Hamilton, Michael Almendarez, and Bernardo Romero. Let me know what you guys think about this.
That man probably actually want to take care of his children, but nah, His baby mama wanted him gone. But this generation, bro, I tell you, bro, this generation, man, my head hurt. But Christian reacts out.
And I need me to do. If I ain't get paid, I ain't doing the show. Shit, I'm finna.